This is The Naked Life with Roxanne Noor. Hello, dears. Today I want to speak about the word seduction. I feel that this word is commonly seen as a negative. It has a connotation that is rooted in deception, sexuality, kind of manipulation. And I want to deconstruct this word and see how it can actually be a positive thing and how I've used it in my approach to helping men in neo-tantra. And the same can actually be used for women. So basically, in order to understand a word, it's really beneficial to go to its etymology. So to go to the root of it. So the etymology for seduction comes from seducere, which is Latin, and it basically means to draw aside or to take off the path. And that is exactly what I am doing in my approach with men. So men come to me because they are deeply dissatisfied. There is something that they feel is missing in their lives, though they have everything. So they have the wife of their dreams. They have the beautiful house. They have a high-paying job. Many of them are millionaires and even billionaires. And they have everything materially, but there's still this void. There's still something that they feel is actually really wrong, and they're coming because they're not sure what to do. So coming back to seduction, it's not this vacant sexuality. It's using the body-mind complex to draw that person off a path that is not serving them. And a lot of the times, men are met with so many demands. There is a reason that so many men are committing suicide, especially middle-aged men. They get divorced, they have nothing left, they're not as social as women. There's this sense of emptiness in life. And using the art of the body, of aliveness, we are drawing aside people off that predetermined path that is laid out for them through this really predatory capitalistic society that says that money is the pinnacle of everything. And the question is what they have let go of in this pursuit for capital, in this pursuit for profit engineering. And what they've let go of is their capacity to feel. So men have let go of this capacity to feel because in order to be in the jobs that they're in, there has to be a type of numbness. There has to be a push. So you go to work even when you're really sick. You close deals even when it's at the expense of missing your child's soccer game. You are willing to do certain things because money is the primary outcome. But if you were connected to source of feeling, there would be a lot more of saying no to work and saying yes to different fields of life. And so using a neo-tantric approach of being in the body and calming the mind is taking them off this path that they have been in for sometimes 30 to 40 years. And we are using this art, the art of seduction, and not in the stereotypical sense, right? Not through deception, but through this capacity to draw someone aside, through the ability to really feel. So how can we do that? There's really, really simple methods, and it brings men, and even women, but I work mostly with men, it brings them into this state of Eros. Eros is the innate aliveness. Even Freud talks about it, so the pleasure principle. Why are we here? There's a force, there's Eros that wants to live, that wants to multiply, that is creative. It is a very creative, beautiful energy. And it can deaden over time if we don't feed what makes us feel whole, what makes us human. And a huge aspect of this is simply just the aspect of presence in touch. So many of my sessions will start with rather just going into problems, rather than just going into the mind, to drop first into this state of presence, this devotion to the moment. And so many men are really future oriented because they've been programmed to be. This is how you make money, is you are thinking about the future before it even happens, because the future is made by those who see it coming. And so there's this orientation towards next moment, keep going along. And to bring the masculine into this state of complete consciousness, presence, the Shiva energy, this consciousness that's witnessing everything, all the chaos, everything unfold, and can just stay in center and just be there. So one of the primary ways to do this, which is extremely simple, is the anchor of the breath. And a lot of the times we'll do, depending on what the man needs, which is usually actually relaxation. There's not an ability to relax, to restore. We will do breath work techniques that focus on longer exhalations. So the longer you can exhale, the more it actually relaxes the nervous system. Think about when someone is anxious or really excited. There's a shortness of breath. The more the exhalations can be longer, the more there can be this relaxation into the moment, the more the muscles can soften. And so one way to bring people really into the present moment is the breath. And specifically for relaxation, long exhalation. So always when breathing, we breathe in through the nose and we breathe out through the mouth. And you can do this with someone, even your partner, whoever, inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6, or even if you want to go a little further, a count of 8 would be great. And you can exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, 4 seconds. Exhale through the mouth, 6 or 8 seconds, whatever feels best to you. And dropping in. Another really simple method of dropping into the present moment is to create a space in which there can be no distraction. So much of the time, especially when in relationship, we come home to someone, we come home to our lover when we're tired, we come home after a day of work, we are mentally somewhere else. The best thing to do to drop into presence, to be in this state of Eros, is to let go of all frivolous distraction. So we can make a practice of when we get home, our phone is turned off. When we are spending quality time with the beloved, distraction is kept away, work is kept away, business and play is separated. And this is a huge thing that men will need to learn, because what's happening is the cost of the family unit, is the woman, the feminine, feeling neglected. And I have a lot of compassion for men, because there are just so many expectations and demands put on them to make money, to keep the household together. And it's confusing a lot of the time, because you want to, of course you want to be there for family, but your mind is somewhere else. So just bringing it back to the breath, doing really simple things like keeping the phone in another room, can bring you into this state of presence. And the job of the lover, the woman, the feminine, is to help to create this space of beauty in which men can relax. And so a lot of neo-tantra is about the environment. You create a beautiful environment even in your bedroom. You light the candles, you light the sage, you light the incense, you put the lights down low, you put on your favorite music. You are in the state of co-creating beauty together and using the environment to bring you into a deeper state of being. So seduction doesn't have to be this, oh, I'm going to pursue you sexually and it's deviant, but seduction can be to kind of guide someone off a path that's actually destroying them. And this sole focus on just work itself is destroying men. It is putting a lot of pressure on them. It is destroying the family unit. It is creating children who feel neglected and unseen. And so the more and more the woman, the feminine, whoever wants to play that role sometimes in relationship, is to seduce, is to take off the path, is to bring into the here and now, the body, presence, this moment. And just these little steps will help tremendously. And so what I hope to leave you guys with is this feeling of the subtle ways that we can seduce. The subtle ways that we can seduce through just breathing together, through eye contact, through co-creating a beautiful environment. And to really see, like, this stuff is extremely simple. This is very beginner stuff. This is stuff literally anyone can do. And also maybe taking in a bit of psychology. So noticing that when someone is not regulated and stressed, just the tonality of our voice, just the way in which we respond to them rather than react with the same energy is going to help regulate them. And the way in which we touch, the presence in which we touch, using deep grounding touch can also really help. And I think more and more couples will learn how to stay together through difficulty when there is just this really, really simple aspect of presence. But the thing with presence is it's a continuous process, right? And it's so easy to fall out of it. It's completely natural. It takes a lot of energy to be present. But to create ritual, to create once a week, we just sit and we breathe together. Once a week, we just have a session of touching and eye gazing or love making, is going to help relationships so much, is going to seduce the man off this path of self-annihilation and bring him back into the beauty of life. And why are we alive? We are alive because we want to feel good. And all the ways in which we feel good already reside in the body. It's all here. It's all now. It's all available. And I wish you all to harness this power of breath, this power of touch, this power of presence, and bring it into the fabric of your daily lives.